The PoPolitickin Show is brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, Audible is great for any continuous learner wanting to grow and expand their knowledge and insight. Go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and get an audiobook of your choice free with a 30-day trial. After the trial, your paid membership will begin at $14.95 per month. With your membership, you will receive 1 credit every month, good for an audiobook on Audible. Cancel before your trial ends and you will not be charged. So go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and download a free book by Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, Damon John, and more. Always remember that knowledge is power.
PoPolitickin.com.
What's good, man? It's your boy Sean Elliot, right here on PoPolitickin with my boy Rich Poe. From Baton Rouge all the way to San Diego. I'm going to freestyle for you a little bit. Look, I had a dream about my future. And the life that I was seeing ain't some stuff that I've been used to. My life is super. Space wide where I reside, cause my bag covers. I ain't lying, got foreign rides for my mad covers. My kids tell my girl daddy get drunk in the back. Say he a drink champ, and Norris say we need to relax. Billboards and not tune choice, I'm killing that. My boy Flood bought the 90s bag. Lyricism rap. 12-year bid, my lawyers got my nephew out. His nose stay clean, he work for me now. We see now, them broke days forgotten. On slow days, you plotting. Just on escape to the tropics. There ain't no ticks in my wax. We hit the club DJ announce. We never out of touch. Announced that we here and watch the mountains rush. Just plush, the live enormous, they never dormant. That's how we own it. Live at the Grammys, baby. I better trip the mile. We own it.
PoPolitickin.com.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you follow us on Spotify. You listen to all the interviews on there. 1-2-1-2. I'm in the place to be with Sean Elliot. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
So I heard you the son of the Spurs player Sean Elliot.
Nah.
Well, is that your real name or?
That's my first and middle name.
But you know about him, right?
Yeah, I get that a lot, man. But it's crazy because I was named by my mom's friend's son, who was a big Spurs fan. So that's possible we got it from. It probably is.
All right. And I was reading you're from Baton Rouge, so I just want you to talk about your hometown a little bit. How was it out there?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man, born and raised. You know, it's no different from nowhere else down in the South. You know, when you get
Cash Money or No Limit? Which one?
I'm gonna say I remember the early No Limit days better, honestly. Don't get me wrong, I grew up on Cash Money too, but the No Limit, that's early elementary for me. I remember all that.
All right. Then talk about your background. Let us know like how long you've been involved with music and what got you into it.
Man, originally it started, I was a trombone player in the marching band. And then after high school, I started producing in 7th grade, just fooling around for Loops. While being in the band and all that, and later on, I kept doing it with the beats and rapping started a little later. That's how it all got started. I started making beats roughly around 2002. Taught myself how to do it, really.
So you a producer and a rapper?
Right, yeah.
You make all your own beats, or you get on other people?
Majority. Big Boy is actually the only song on the album that I didn't produce.
All right. And then who are some of your influences?
UGK, Eightball MJG, Outkast, Goody Mob, Master P, and all of them. Like I said, No Limit, and Cash Money, and even my hometown. I remember, I like to say I witnessed the rise of Lil Boosie, because I first heard of him when I was like, 3rd, 4th grade, when he first started the bubble down here in the city. And yeah, man, 3-6 Mafia, just that southern, that classic southern vibe. You feel me?
All right. Then how would you describe your style, and what do you say makes you unique as an artist?
I've been told my storytelling. I can get into a little bit of storytelling in songs. I know on my project Preface, it was one song in particular. I actually just noticed it was one of my top 5 popular on Spotify. It's a true story. It's just a little story about a night out drinking. You know, things happen, getting in situations, and everybody just enjoyed the story. And that general vibe, you know.
And what do you love about music?
I love everything there is to know about music, man. One of my favorite quotes is from Quincy Jones. Well, I'm not sure if he said the quote, but I first heard it from him. He said, "The one thing about music, you can't touch it, but you can damn sure feel it."
Mm.
I don't know. That has always resonated with me.
And then what is hip hop to you?
And hip-hop been speaking to me for a long time. You know, I remember Video Music Box and just sitting there for hours watching videos as a young kid. I remember my cousins having CDs, and now I know how classic the CDs they would listen to were at the time, but I just wanted to hang around them and listen to what they were listening to. But they turned me on to some stuff at an early age. I mean, I know a lot of the artists I just mentioned were Southern artists, but on other coasts, of course, influenced by the Tupacs, and my favorite rapper is Jay-Z. So Rockefeller as a whole, that's my favorite movement as far as hip hop is concerned. But yeah, hip hop's a lot to me.
Then I want you to talk about your current projects because I saw you was talking about Big Boy. Then you had this 808 and Liquor, right?
Brown Liquor and 808s.
All right.
That's the
brown liquor, not liquor. Brown liquor.
Brown liquor. Yeah, specifically brown liquor. Yes, man. That's it, man. It's about 8 or 9 songs. I might throw a skit or 2 in there, but I'm still working on it. But yeah, man. When you think when I came up with that title, Brown Liquor and 808s, okay, I'm thinking, okay, Friday, it's the weekend now. It's time to click up with your boys. Okay, what do we need to get the weekend started right? All right, first of all, we're gonna have some music with the 808s. That's necessary. All right, so step 2, we'll be drinking tonight. I'm a Henderson man myself, so that's how That's how we came up with that.
And then what are 3 things you can't live without?
We can't live without music, my kids, man. I don't know, just my mind, man. my peace of mind.
Then what are your interests outside of music?
Interests outside of music, man. Well, I don't write poetry per se, but I like spoken word. Interests outside of music. I was actually in a few plays when I was little, so a few years down the line, if I'm on some TV shows or something, I wouldn't mind that.
And then what are some things you do far as like personal development, bettering yourself?
Just musically or period?
Period.
Better myself. Actually, man, I'm gonna keep it 100. I just quit smoking cigarettes about 2 weeks ago. That's one thing.
Were you smoking Cools or you smoking Newports?
I was a Cools dude, man. In the blue box.
They be sleeping on them Cools. They don't know about them Cools.
Man. I said, man, it's been long enough, man. I've been smoking them for a little minute, man. I said, nah, man. I don't need that on me. Let me go ahead and stop it. It ain't been too long, so let me go and cut that short now.
All right. And what are the top 3 goals for your career?
Top 3 goals, man. I wanna reach that platform, man. That major platform. I wanna venture off into other things when the time comes musically. From music to other things. And, just leave that legacy. You know what I'm saying? Just add to the Southern legacy that's been laid out before me. All those greats I just named from the South.
And where you see yourself 5 years from now with your music?
Hopefully in that position. That's what I see. Well, if not in that position specifically, close to it.
Then what advice would you give to new artists?
Just be yourself, man. That's it's crazy because that piece of information is from my cousin that actually passed in 2012. That was one of the last things he said to me. He said, man, be yourself in this music thing, cause if you're not, eventually it's gonna come to the light. And that's one thing I noticed. I'm always myself. I'm not putting on the front in my music or in real life. I am who I am. It is what it is. You see what you see is what you get. I'm not putting on for nothing. And I think that's one of the things that make me stick out the most is to me that resonate with my fans.
And then what about what's up? I said, what would you like to say to your fans?
Man, I appreciate y'all for listening, man. Because it's a lot of people that didn't know who I was at all about 2 years ago. My first performance was last year, New Year's Day, at a festival down here called Culture Fest, put on by one of my boys, Rocky Moans. He does every now and then. And that's my first time performing. And even that first performance, it was received real positive. I'm like, okay, man, so, okay, people rocking with me early. And fast forward to July this year, I've been at shows, people excited to see me at shows. I'm feeling like I'm building a buzz.
I mean, but you were saying you did music back, you've been doing music for a long time though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as rapping and all that, yeah, this is new to me now. But, well, somewhat new to me. I'm getting the hang of it now.
All right. And then anybody just hearing about you, why should they go check your music out?
It's a different sound, especially coming from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I mean, I would never shoot down my hometown, but you think of Baton Rouge, you think of that one sound, that gangster rap music, People assume Boosie and NBA Youngboy and Kevin Gates, they assume that's all we got. But it's a lot of different types of music, a lot of different types of vibes down here that people really need to check out. Not just me, it's a few artists.
Yeah, I know I interviewed Young Bleed. He from out there too.
Oh yeah, the legend Young Bleed.
Yeah, I interviewed him before too. Well, I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
Man, I appreciate you having me, man.
You got anything you want to talk about we ain't talk about?
I don't know. Just be on the lookout, man.
What's your social media and everything?
Instagram is with Instagram all around the board is Sean Elliot, SEAN3LLIOT. You can check out my music. I'm on Spotify. Follow me on Spotify. I'm on iTunes, Amazon, Google, Tidal. I'm on all that.
Joe on the track, man.
My big boy truck, back in at the club, getting this big boy stuff. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck, back in at the club, getting this big boy stuff. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck, back in at the club, getting this big boy stuff. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck, back in at the club, getting this big boy stuff.
But live and direct, break your neck to keep them looking at some soft shit. Straight from Louisiana and my crook, I shook it. My NJ bottle before I took it from the passenger. Making sure no laws, looking feeling like a king. Jimmy Jazz got my cash, got a nigga clean. Kicks plus purchase, sneaker game on Supreme. In the States, over free. OP players from the South, stack G's on repeat. I'm pulling up, paper plate that might I mention. I'm tall, so I draw attention. That's the intention. See a caramel freak and she peeping me out. Do skinny niggas do it better? Think she bout to find out. What's your name, love? Fuck your drunk ass friend, she shouldn't have came, love. Everybody know Sean, don't be afraid, love. I'm made of Chad Bernard, Triller Van, yo guy, UGK alumni.
Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck, back in at the club, getting this big boy stuff. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck, back in at the club, getting this big boy stuff. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck, back in at the club, getting this big boy stuff. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck.
Now as the sun goes down and that paper stack higher, say OG don't be snapping, use a motherfucking liar. I told you that them boys about to tip, we ain't no joke. Us falling off, I know that you hope, thinking you better, you must be on dope. me, I never cower, ever flex on cowards, cause this thing of ours ain't to be fiddled with, flicking power switches on. It's shine time, most important, my time. Dial back your clock, she on her knees, falling from my pine. To the max, I'ma crank it. If I said it, then bank it. They stagnant, stay away from grinding them. Daughters turn around and shake you. Should've listened to them OJ, fact your 4-way and your jack. Better than that, somebody to take them knives up out of your back. Enough about that though, this bitch, that hoe, wanna hop off in here. Where do I begin here? Let it be known that I ain't gon' sprint here. I've been trill forever, top of the food chain on these guppies. Beating so big 9 later, why y'all hushing puppies?
Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up.
Cool as ever cause I qualify. And as I ride, listen to myself on Spotify. And I ain't gotta lie, Vanilla Woods be my alibi. Instead of choking, I'm a lot of high. So I tell my nigga Gio and no, he say okay and shit. The Pelicans playing, whoever, don't matter, we paying it. HD view of the game, I changed the same. I gotta stay paid from the preseason straight to the parade. Fly as a motherfucker, my night never ends. See, these so-called hustlers had no ends to spend. G, I pray that they make it cause being broke is a sin. G, I'm pretending I'm just like them when they talking, they lean me. It offends me. He who hustle in public and only travel for cake. You get your bag, I got luggage. Ain't no discussion, only if you love us. No one above us, moving night like truckers. Some real southern motherfuckers.
Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up. Wood wheel, I be gripping in my big boy truck. Back in at the club, get this big boy up.
Thanks for listening to PoPolitickin.com, a self-help meets hip-hop brand. If you are an artist or business owner wanting to be featured on PoPolitickin.com, contact us at PoPolitickin@gmail.com. That's PoPolitickin@gmail.com or text 760-717-5803. If you're a listener that enjoys the show and wants to support, you can donate to PoPolitickin.com via PayPal.com. Please send donations to PoPolitickin@gmail.com. Any amount will be helpful in continuing to create quality content and shows. As always, check out PoPolitickin.com for past episodes. Make sure you subscribe to PoPolitickin on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, Stitcher Radio, and Google Play.